Will be another, you can say, like a critical and important session who are looking to be an expert in project management. And as the topic suggests today, that the project management is a life cycle actually and a style of life. So we have to be very accurate in our life cycle and our activities what we execute, and in a given frame of time we need to complete. So as the project management is a temporary endeavor, everything in the life also, we need to complete our things, our tasks, our responsibilities in the given time. So project management is an effective tool not only to build the plants, construction and machineries. Project management is an effective tool for our life cycle management also. You can definitely implement the basic principles of project management in your day-to-day life also. So getting into the subject today, the diagram which you are seeing right now on your screen, you have already seen in our previous sessions also, and I will just give a quick glance of it again. What you see is a project life cycle, and what you see in the red color here, okay, what you are seeing here in this red color symbol here, correct, this one, correct. So these are all our project phases. These are our project phases, okay. So how many phases we are having? Project phases, we are having 4 phases. Starting the project, organizing and preparing for the project, then carrying out the project work, executing the task. You can see the length of this project or the width of this project is very long, because yes, when we really do a practical work, it takes time. And then finally ending the project, correct? So these are the 4 phases of the project, clear? Now, once we are done with this phases, these are the things which we do in project management, okay? But how these phases are supported, who all soldiers come with us in this journey to complete a task from start to completion, hand over to the client, hand over to the stakeholder, who all are our checks and balances, who are our soldiers, who are the stakeholders within this time. So the first one what you see here is in the blue color what you see, okay, blue color what you see right now in front of me, this is timeline, okay. As I said, this is a timeline for the project activity. What you see in the green color is nothing but, it is indicating a diamond, which is nothing but a project gate. They are the gatekeepers. They will certify you like an examiner. You have been qualified grade 1 and you are ready to go to grade 2. So they are the checklist, your examination, your validation, correct? So they are called check gates, gatekeepers, phase gate, from where we are going to discuss our subject today. Okay, now we understood phases with a red arrow, blue is the timeline and green is the gatekeeper, okay? But now all other things which support this project phases is another gentleman called a process group, which you see here, process group. In this process group, you will see that we are having 5 process groups. One is initiating process to start, planning process to plan, execution process to execute, monitoring and controlling process to monitor. Are we going right? Are we on the right path? If not, let's come back to the right path, because we have to control also. And closing process. Task is completed, close it. So these are the process groups. Clear? Now these process groups are further supported by a yellow arrow what you see here, which is called, what is this? 10 knowledge areas. Am I right? So now you will ask me the question, what is the interrelationship between them? Who are exclusively taking the PMP examination or PMI certification, or who are not taking it? Let's understand the point. I will start from the bottom, 10 knowledge areas. These 10 knowledge areas, they support the 5 process group. These 10 knowledge areas, they support the process group. You can see here, they are supporting to each process group. So we have 5 process group, correct? These are 5 process groups, correct? So this has been supported by these 10 knowledge areas. What are these 10 knowledge areas? We are going to see in the coming slides, don't worry. So the process groups, 5 process groups are supported by 10 knowledge areas. So now your briefcase is ready, which has 5 process groups supported by 10 knowledge areas. But what this briefcase do? Yes, the project manager go with this he picks up this briefcase, which has 5 process group and 10 knowledge areas. He goes to each phase of the project, he opens his briefcase and he starts executing that particular phase of the project. The meaning is very simple. Whether you are in starting phase, you are in organizing or preparing phase, or you are in carrying out the project or executing the project, or you are ending the project. In all the scenarios, you take the help of these 5 process groups supported by 10 knowledge areas, okay? You open this briefcase in each phase and they do their job, what they are supposed to do in that phase. Clear? So, process group and knowledge areas are supporting each phase of the project. They are not that, okay, 5 knowledge areas will support phase 1, 5 knowledge areas will support the phase 3. No, it's not like this. They have to play their critical important role, including process group and knowledge areas in each phase of the project. Clear, guys? So that was a very basic understanding I wanted to establish, and which we discussed last time, but I just wanted to have a clear understanding on that, okay? Okay. Last time we have seen this slide, but just to recap on that, I'm just highlighting that point, okay? That we have the 4 phases, okay? Starting the project. So what are the major activities in that the project? First, define the project purpose and the business case, correct? Okay. Then create and authorize the project charter. Yes. Project charter need to be validated. So we remember that we discussed project charter. It's a pre-project life cycle work, correct? Project charter, project business case, project business management plan, benefit management plan, correct? We discussed that. Then identify and initiate the stakeholder and their expectation. Correct? This is the point. So this is the major activities of any project. Okay. This is the major activities to start with, which is called a starting phase of the project. What next we do? When we now, after that, we enter into an organizing and preparing. Now we are preparing. First we have defined, starting the project, what we want to do, who all will be our friends, who all will be the stakeholders, who all will come into the picture. Is the project charter is clear-cutly defining our project cycles, anything is required there, so let's define the project charter, correct? Then we go to now, once we are done with this very basic fundamental foundations, we go to the next phase of the project, which is called organizing and preparing. And what are the major activities in this? We discussed project management plan is developed during this phase, correct? So we develop a project management plan. Then we determine the details, scope, schedule, budget, baselines, means how much cost will be there for this project, how much time it is going to take, correct? And what will be the scope will be there, what scope we are going to execute clearly. So these things are defined in organizing and preparation phase. At the same time, we identify the risk also. What are the risks? What could be the risk and how we are going to mitigate them risk? Because opening a project means opening your capex. The funds will, cash flow will be there. And we are doing the business for a profit, correct? So we should know our risk, which could impact my business model. Or the project could get impacted because of any risk. So we should know the risk and we should have a mitigation plan for that, correct? So this was a risk and a mitigation plan. Then we go to third phase. Now we are doing the work on ground. I'm building the plant. I'm creating the data center. I'm creating a big service center to support the complete GCC region. I'm executing the project now. Carrying out work means execution phase. So what is the basic activity? For sure, by its name is clear that I'm going to execute planned work, build deliverables. I'm going to monitor also, because now I'm executing. If I don't monitor, I may run out of, I can have a slippages in my scope. I can do extra spending, overspending. I can take extra time to deliver my project. So that is not acceptable. Because what we defined before in the organization preparation stage, that must be respected. That must be followed. That is an objective. So performance against the plan, which we already prepared in organizing and preparing. Manage resources, communications and stakeholders. See, when I'm executing the project, really all the stakeholders, my resources, first of all resources, money, manpower, procurement, material in time, material at site in time. These are all my resources and many more. Similarly, I have to establish a communication. I have to go for a stakeholder engagements, clear? Because all stakeholders need to be made happy. When I say made happy means, they should be happy means, they should be pleased to support my project in the given boundaries. I don't want anybody's favor. But what is expected from them in the project, they should give it to me. And what I am supposed to give it to them in my project, I should give it to them. If a government ministry says they are my stakeholder, if they says if you want to implement anything, firefighting system or any system, lighting system, anything you want to, drainage, sewage system, any system you want to install in your project, please come and take my approval before this, because we want to ensure that what design you are making, it respects the state design or the standard design of the state followed. So we go to them, we say, this is my drawing, kindly approve, because now I'll go and I will build according to this drawing. That is a stakeholder engagements. Clear? So this is how we build. We execute our project. Okay? Then after this, once the project is executed, we come to end of the life cycle of the project, which is called ending the project, closing out the project. Okay? And what we do in that actually, we say secure formal acceptance, final deliveries from the customer. Now, you know that when we take a delivery of a car from the showroom, correct? So he will do a checklist. Sir, your tires are okay. See, there's no scratch on the car, correct? All the glasses are okay. It's functioning fine. You sign on that. And then you take over. You are a customer. So you will give everything. Sir, I made a plan for you. Check it, sir. This is as per your specification. It can produce this much every day as you decided, as we agreed. So that is called the final deliverables or acceptance by the customer. So your customer says, okay, good. What we agreed upon in the beginning of the project, yes, that is all has been given, provided. Next is handing over project to operations. Now, see, you are in a big organization which has a cement plant, steel plants, petrochemical plants, medical, biomedical instrument manufacturing plant, everything is there. So as a project team, you will build the plant. Okay? You have made, say for example, you are going to manufacture and you are building a plant to manufacture X-ray machines. Okay? X-ray machines which is used in the medical industry. Okay? So you have made a plant to manufacture you have constructed a plant to manufacture the X-ray machines. Now the plant is ready. It has been accepted by your customers. Customers operations group, they accepted it. You handed over to them. After that, the project need to start operations. So now those operations fellows are also your stakeholders. Remember, only constructing the plant is not the thing. Your ultimate delivery goes to operations. They will operate that plant for next 20 years or 25 years, whatever design life of the project is there. So now in that scenario, they need to accept it. Once they accept it, they will start operating it. You will take over, hand over. That is one thing. Okay, so this is clear about operations. But still, when you have made this plant, you yourself have not made it. You must have had some contractor. Okay, you must have done it as a client or owner. You must have awarded the contract to somebody to construct this plant for you. So what happened in that case? One side your operations are ready. They have taken over the plant. They started manufacturing X-ray machines. Okay, but at the same time, to build this plant, you have had a contract with some contractor who has built this plant for you. So you have to close the contract terms with him, his final settlement. Okay, clearing houses, bank guarantees, giving him the acceptance certificate, everything you are going to do, correct? So this is what you will close out with your operations group. You will close out your contractor. One more thing which you will do here, the most important is, as we say, every project is unique project. But when we do a meticulous job in a project in these 4 phases, we record our lesson learned. That means what went wrong, what I consider was not right, I could have been done much better than this. So this is called an umbrella of lesson learned. Lesson learned are a very, very effective tool in project management, because when you do the next project, you always open the lesson learned from the previous project. I should have done like this. I should have done like this. I should have done these 2 things extra. Correct? So this is how we record our lesson learned and we give it to our archives. So whenever any new project team, either it could be you could be a project manager, some other XYZ could be a project manager, he will always refer to that archives of the project management, PMO archives, and he will see, there's a lesson learned. Similar type of project, okay? So let's see, that lesson learned will help me out more. So this is how we do a lesson learned. So this was a recap also on what we had in a previous session about this. And now we'll go to the next segment. Remember, phases, gate, process, and knowledge areas. So now we are on the check gate. See, the check gate is very important. You can say, as a project manager, you can say that, look, I have completed my phase. I will start my new phase now. I have done my starting activities, or I have done my organizing and preparation. I will go to my next phase and I will start construction. Okay, as a project manager, you're right. But somebody need to validate what you are talking. So in every organizations, there are gatekeepers who are an independent agencies other than that project team, who will watch on you that yes, you are fit to go to next phase. So the first phase is concept and feasibility phase, what you see on my screen right now here, correct? This is your This is your gate 1. What is the concept and feasibility? So now as a project manager, you will go to that committee who are the gatekeepers, and they will ask you, okay, very good. You want to go to the next one? Okay, I have the key with me. The gatekeepers have the key. They have a gate 1 key with them. They will say, I will not open till the time I confirm all these things. And as a project manager, you prove that you have completed this. So your project charter is approved? Yes, approved. Then what? Your business case is done? Yes, business case is done. High level scope is done? Yes, high level scope is done. Initial register is done? Yes, done. Stakeholder has been mapped? Yes, mapped. I know who are my stakeholders. I'm not blind. Feasibility report completed? Yes, completed. Option is selected? Yes, option is selected. Because in feasibility report, we'll look for all the feasible options and then we'll shortlist one with his merit. So after this, when he sees all this checklist, he sees the documentary evidences, activities completed, he will open a gate for you. This is a gate for you to go to next phase. Clear, guys? Okay. Now, interesting, huh? By the way. Why it is interesting? Because this is a very simple model. You can apply in your day-to-day life cycle also. No need to wait for a project execution phase. No need to have a formal project. It is applicable everywhere in every task. Okay. Then now it's come to the phase 2, which is planning phase, organizing, preparing phase, correct? Okay. So in this phase, what gatekeepers will check now? He will not open your gate unless otherwise your project management plan is ready. How you will execute the project? You should have your project management plan. Then how the detailed schedule, your detailed schedule is ready. That means you are pretty sure that if you are telling you will complete this X-ray manufacturing plant in 3 years or 2 years, yes, because you will do some construction. You will bring some machineries from the world. So you are going to procure it also. Then you are going to construct it also, correct? So is it right? Is it validated? Are you sure? Did you do a benchmarking? So detailed schedule should be there. Next is work breakdown structure. Very important item, okay? This you should always remember. Work breakdown structure. Why work breakdown structure is important? Anybody can ask this question to me and I will tell you that. An elephant has been asked to put inside the fridge. You cannot keep it. Cut into small pieces, then you are able to keep it inside the fridge. Am I right? And why I am giving this analogy? If somebody asks you what you are doing as a project manager, sir, I am building up X-ray machine manufacturing plant. The machines, X-ray machines manufacturing plant I am making. Okay, fine. What are your major activities in that? The first question. Then you look here and there and then. But if you have a work breakdown structure, it will give you major activities. Sir, I will do engineering. I will do in procurement, I will procure this. In construction, I will do this. So work breakdown structure gives you, and work breakdown structure could be high level, level 1, level 2. It could be detailed one also. So work breakdown structure is nothing but breaking down your activities to the smallest portion so that you know how to reach to complete the manufacturing plant. Correct? Simple. I want to go to Lulu to purchase something, okay? What I will do? Okay, number 1 point. First, prepare the list, what item need to be purchased. So, preparation of list is one item in work breakdown structure. Number 2, are we going by taxi or are we going by own car? Okay, I'm going by own car. Okay, own car. Is your car is okay? Fuel is there? Sufficient fuel is there? Fine. Third is, you reach to Lulu. In Lulu, look for your items, collect the items, go to the billing counter, pay the money, take the items and come back to the home. See, you'll say, sir, what is this? This is a very simple thing. But when it comes to a big project, see, in this simple thing also, you all will agree with me. Whenever you go to supermarket, whatever you list make, still when you go there, you'll find, oh, I could not added this to my list, but I was needing this. That means you could not make your list very well at home. Your preparation was not that great. Or sometimes you go and you're not able to see that product. You did not go to that wing in the market, Lulu market. So what happens? You come and once you come back at home, then you say, oh, I forgot to bring this. Correct? That's why work breakdown structure always gives you an idea to work on meticulously the things. Breaking down your steps. You cannot climb the first floor. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. How to reach to the 15th step, which is connected to the floor 1, is the work breakdown structure. That is how you distribute it. Next is budget and cost estimate. So they will check. Do you know your cost? How much cost you are going to incur? 10 million, 20 million, 15 million. Okay, what is your basis? So you have to prepare estimate because you are going to invest in a plant which is going to manufacture an X-ray machine. So you need a big investment. And then they'll say, okay, in which year you want to start? I said, I'm going to start next year. Okay, fine. So do you need a whole money in 1 year? He said, so no, sorry. I need 20 million, but not in 1 year. I need first year 5 million, then 10 million, then last year 5 million. Okay. So the cost estimates are prepared and even budget provision is made. Cost estimate is 20 million, but budget provision for next 3 years distribution you are giving. Then next is you are making a resource plan. How much resources will come? Who will execute this project? A single person cannot execute the project. So you require all the teams. You require inspection team. You need a quality assurance team. Okay, what else you need? You need a finance team. You need a procurement team. Whatever resources are required, you must plan them. Don't run during execution. Oh, I forgot the quality man, so I need a quality assurance man. Bring him on board immediately. Whatever work half done will impact your schedule, your scope, and your cost. Always remember. So do a great planning. Japan always invests more time on planning so that the slippages during executions are minimum. Errors during execution is minimum. Sometime in hurry you make a plan, okay? I'm telling very honestly, and take this as a project management advice. You do hurry. Oh, we finish the planning finished. Then what happens? Because of that hurry, you have really not planned the things very well. Ultimately, you saved some time in planning. But when it goes to execution phase, when you have not invested right time on the planning, you have missed out couple of things, and those couple of things you are pay off. You have to pay them here. You have to invest now. You forgot to list 3 major items. You forgot to count for 10 required important manpower required for the project. So now what you will do? Oh, no problem. We forgot. No, we'll bring that. Add 3 machines. We'll bring that 10 manpower, boss. It doesn't come without money. It doesn't come without time. You need a time for that. So it impacts your phase 3. So if your phase 2 is weak, your phase 3 will be automatically weak by bigger scale. Understood my point? So that's why you have to have a clear cut, and that's why even though the gatekeepers will check you for all these things, okay, but still they have a limitation. They cannot get into the deep dive of the accuracy of your data, what you are giving. They will still try to check. There are bigger matrices. I'm giving you very high level matrix to check, but there are bigger level matrices are there which you have to fill and everything. So that's why the point to take up here is that very clear. As you plan good, your execution will be good. As your plan is not good, your execution will also not be good. Surely I'm telling you in writing. So now after this, when you are qualified for this, your check get to key is opened, your gatekeepers are opening, and they are giving you all the best to execute the project. Okay, clear? Now we go to phase 3. So definitely when I'm executing the project, again I will see my project charter is approved, yes, approved, class. Because project charter approval is already approved, but this is one of the important document because that is also a couple of items are there which are dynamic in nature. So in the planning phase, if you have made something changes, okay, so that should be reflected here. Business case initial, yes, I'm still holding my business case. Now see, what I told, business case was a dynamic document, correct? So you are again checking that business case. Does business case hold still good? Because after planning preparation, suppose that business case you come to know, no, this business case is not working. So what you will do, you will go back to your pre-project life cycle phase. You will again develop your business case. So here, before you start investing, you are revisiting your business case. That is my business case is still good. I'm good to go for this plant. You getting my point, correct? So these are the things which are just before we start the execution, we check all these things. And of course, once you check that, you start execution. So high level scope, deliverables completed, they will say, okay, you completed deliverables, good. Progress reports have come in time, yes, came in time. Any change requests have been done, because change request means the request to change. That means I forgot something in the planning phase, or my documents are not clear. So because of that, I need to add something more, I need to spend more money. Quality audit results, how was the quality? Quality was done well, construction was done well. I said, very good. It has been certified by the national certification agencies for the plant, so we got all certificates and we got a good rating in the certifications. Test report results, prototypes, everything is clear now. So our plant is ready now. Clear? So we have constructed the plant. Am I right? We have constructed the plant. So now gatekeeper is telling, good, our plant is ready. We can move on to the phase 4, which is closure, handover. Yes, project team. This is the best phase of project life cycle. Of course, it's difficult for project manager because he has to convince the operations team also of our takeover. He has to convince the contract. He has to settle down with the contractor also to close all the doors and gaps and everything. Correct. So final project report, project handover, client acceptance. We all guys are facing this day in, day out. So we know this business very well. Okay. Lesson learned, contract closure, resource release. Okay, resource has to release now. Resource has to go to some other project. Correct. So this is how the gate works to open the doors for the next phases. Clear? So that's an importance of the phase gate in project management. Okay, now phases, then gates. Now we are coming to the group process group. So we have that 5 process groups, we saw that, correct? Initiating and starting the project, correct? So what is that initiating and starting the project? Okay, remember, process group and knowledge areas, they are in one briefcase. Project manager, in each phase, he opens that briefcase and he works with the help of these 5 process groups and 10 knowledge areas, okay? So initiating, starting the project, okay? This is a process group right now, not the phase. Don't get confused here, please, okay? This is a process group which we will use in each phase, okay? Supported by the knowledge areas, which we are going to see in the coming slide. So initiating process group. What is that? A key role is what? Authorize project. Identify stakeholders. So in anything when I want to start, what I will do? Yes, okay, let's start the project. So authorize the project. Without authorization, how you will move in that project? So process group endorses, yes, I authorize to take up this phase. Very good. Second thing is, who all are your customers? Who all are your stakeholders? The synonym to customer is a stakeholder in project management. So remember this point. So identify, create an impact map. Who stakeholder will impact me, how much? What is my relationship with that, correct? So that is the purpose of, in any phase, when you are opening and initiating process group, we do this. Then we go to planning the project roadmap. Now in that particular phase, what we do, how I'm going to do this in this project, in this phase. So what is the scope of this phase? What is my schedule? What is the budget? Because when you do a planning also, no? Phase 2, in the previous slide, phase 2, planning. Third is execution. So in the planning phase also, it doesn't come free. Means if the project money is almost say 100 X unit, okay, say 100 dirham, okay, so at least 2 to 3 or sometimes 4 or 5% of that also we spend in planning phase, because we are preparing, we are organizing, we are taking third party services to plan, to make a document, to execute the project, technical specifications, contract document, tender document. The man hours are spent to that. So there is a money. Of course, 80-85-90% payment is made in execution phase, because really we are investing the money in the plant at that time. But for planning phase also we need. So in each phase we do this process group called planning process group. It creates a roadmap actually. It creates a project plan. It creates how the resources will be used in this phase, correct? So accordingly to execute this project, what will be our resource plan? Because remember this point, before entering into any phase, when you open this briefcase of process groups and knowledge areas, these need to be satisfied. They are the foundation of that phase. So you will respect that in that phase. Then monitoring and control, third process group. So you will say in this phase activities, how I'll monitor. If I need to complete my planning in 6 months time, or I need to start up feasibility report, I need to complete in 2 months time. So you have to monitor and track. Are you going on track or not? You cannot keep doing feasibility for 1 year. So when you will plan, when you will make a preparation for that, 2 years, then project after 5 years, by that time you will not have stakeholders. You will not have the funds after that. So what you will do? So that's why monitoring and control process group helps you out to track the activity in that phase. Managing the risk, what the risk is coming up, is our risk in control? Fluctuations, forex fluctuations, exchange rate fluctuations, correct? So are we on track, or we need more funding, or we are in opportunity side, or we are on the risk side? Then execution of that phase. Once we are done with that, we are managing the resources, performing the work, and managing the qualities of that phase. Again, I am repeating every time I am using a word, that phase means out of any one phase out of the 4 phases. And closing. Then we close that. Okay, this phase is completed. What was my deliverables? So the checklist is there in the gate system. So did I complete it? Did I do the lesson learned? Did I do a handover properly? Did I finalize my work for this phase? Once these are done, I am good to go to hit the gate, request the gatekeepers, yes, I did my job in this phase, please open the gate and allow me to go to the next phase, correct? So this is how the process group selects me to perform my responsibilities, my duties during a particular phase. Am I right? Good. Okay, now 10 knowledge areas. We'll see that. These 10 knowledge areas of project management are specifically naming: number 1, project integration. So it ensures that project remain as a one box. It doesn't scatters. Okay. Somebody is a coordinator in the project, correct? Who ensure that project is integrated every time. Then second is project scope. What is the project scope? Yes, the knowledge area will say the project scope is, the high level project scope is to make a plant X-ray manufacturing machines, X-ray machines manufacturing plant, which will manufacture 10,000 pieces per month. So that is a plant of 10,000 units per month capacity. Then we'll slowly go down. What will be required in that project? What is required for that scope? How the plant will be there? What is the scope required to build this plant capacity plant, correct? Schedule. Third is the project schedule. So how much project schedule we are defining for this activity? So we have the activities that, okay, for this plant we'll construct in 3 years, we'll plan it for 1 year, and feasibility will complete in 3 months, and close out we'll do in the 3 months finally with the customer. Project schedule. Project cost, what will be the cost? And it need to be controlled. You cannot do an overspending. Then item number 5 is project quality. What we thought, is the plant has come up like this or not? Is this plant is competent enough to produce the machines of my specifications, my Euro standards, my British standards, my Indian standards, whatever standards you have? Is this plant is finally able to deliver the machines of this quality? And for that, suddenly it will not come at the end. The quality is built bit by bit. When you even bring one brick, that brick quality is also very important. If the bricks have come bad, and if your building collapse, your all infrastructure will collapse. I'm trying to extrapolate the situation so that you can visualize the situation. So quality is very important at each step, at every product, every material, every activity, every construction steps. Project resources, you cannot run away suddenly, I want 10,000 manpower, not possible. When Jamnagar refinery was made, which is world's biggest refinery in Gujarat, India, when it was made, what I understand that it requires a huge resources. So the client owner, that means Reliance Group, they came up, no problems. If contractor, consultant, you have a lack of manpower, I will provide you additional manpower, tell me. And they picked up a lot of manpower from across the companies and good cream from the market to support the project, to ensure that resources are not deficient. So resource management is very important. Means you open your box, you start your construction and you don't have resources. No, never do that. Plan it in advance, planning phase. Project risk management, item number 7, knowledge area. Okay, what is that? Identify and mitigate the risk. See, it's a dynamic thing. It's a black and white. Risk is there or not there. Risk is there or not there. This is a risk or an opportunity. Clear cut. Okay, good. Project communication management. Communication management is very important. Okay, because if you don't know to communicate to whom, how to communicate, when to communicate, no way. You will fail. You will miserably fail. Believe me. And avoid the communications as much as possible. Try to have a direct communications channels open. Try to resolve. Then point number 8 is procurement management. Very important. To build a plant for X-ray machine manufacturing, you require that production machineries, systems. You require other electrical systems. You require big systems. Why I'm using big word? Because they are the big capital intensive units. They will be coming across the globe. Something from Russia, something from China, something from Japan, something from Europe, something from USA, something from India. So you need to have that contract management to get the things in time. So procurement management is not only just placing the order and forgetting it. No. Placing the order is just a very basic step. Bringing that product to the manufacturing premises so that it can be put on the foundation so that you can say that now I have complete machineries to say that my plant is ready. That is the role of procurement. Supply chain impacts a lot of procurement. Right now we can see what happens. Supply chains got impacted. But of course, these are not normal cases. But in other cases also you have to monitor. Correct? And then you have the project stakeholders management. Project stakeholder management is very important. Again, I'm telling you, you cannot forget. You cannot forget the stakeholders. If you miss one stakeholder, if he was avoided intentionally, I'm again making it very clear, or unintentionally, it doesn't make a difference. He will impact your project in both scenarios if he has not been considered, intentionally or unintentionally. So when I know he has a footprint in my project, I better engage with him on a clear terms and I get it resolved. Okay, now I'm just, don't worry about the screen right now, because this study material will be with you guys, okay, and you can refer this always anytime So from that point of view, this slide is there. This slide is exactly, I will tell you what is there exactly. It's very simple, okay, very simple and very easy. Okay, this slide is the relationship between the 5 process groups and 10 knowledge areas. Am I right? Very simple and very straight. Okay, so say for example, the project integration knowledge area. Okay, I will just try to give one example. Say you have the project integration knowledge area. Okay, knowledge areas will travel top to bottom and process group will travel from left to right. Okay, so the project integration, what it does actually, in the initiating process group, it is developing a project charter and it is identifying the stakeholders. Okay, so this activity, knowledge areas, so in this initiating process group right now we can see that there are 2 knowledge areas which are working. One is integration, which focuses on the project charter. This is the relationship here together, and here the stakeholder management. So stakeholder management, identify the stakeholders. Our job is finished in that particular group, process group, our job is finished in that phase. This matrix works in each phase, as I told, correct? So now that is clear. Okay, now I am going back next to another example, planning process group. Now in planning process group, what this integration knowledge area does? So it does what? It develops project management plan. It's a responsibility of integration team. Knowledge areas. Okay, and what are the knowledge areas? Okay, they are called knowledge areas, but truly speaking, they are the most important hands and legs and eyes of the project management, because ultimately they are only being addressed in each phase, supporting the phase and supporting the process group. So what we do in the planning phase, this project integration team, it comes and it says, guys, come, let's make the project management plan. Then when it goes to execution phase, this knowledge area, what it does in the execution process group, what is its role? It says direct and manage the project work and manage the project knowledge. Direct and manage the project work means what? Give the instruction, give the commands to execute the project. And manage project knowledge means what? In that project, you are learning something, so you are recording. You are collecting the data, you are collecting the information. So that is called managing the project knowledge or managing the project information, project management information system. Correct? That is how it has been tackled. Now we go further step. When we come to monitoring and control process group, project integration says, I will monitor, okay, and I am controlling also. And any integration changes are required in control. Any control change is required because the situations are not going correctly, even though we have planned, we are managing, but still no, we are not able to manage it. So what integration do? It changes gear, changing the gear of the car. I am going to bring more expert in this field to monitor the progress because I'm finding difficulties or I'm finding deficiencies to monitor this project. So I'll initiate a change to control. I'll bring better expert who has a better experience than us to control this project, because we are expecting some slippages in this and we are not getting a solutions from the contractor side. We are not getting a in-house solutions right now. So what we do, we'll bring an expert. So we initiate a control change and at the end close out project or close out phase. See that, you saw this? It's very important. Close out the project in the last phase or a particular phase. So they will close either the phase and they will hit the gate, project gatekeeper, or they will close the project at the end. Okay. So this is how the project integration do a journey. Understood? Similarly, the project scope management, when we go to the planning process group, plan the scope, collect the information, collect the requirement, define the scope, create the work breakdown structure. Because the scope management is only clear when I have a breakdown, what I'm going to do, work breakdown. Then only I can define my scope much better way. Because when you make a work breakdown, you understand who all are the players, what all is required. So this is how done. Then once this is done, then when I go to monitoring and control, it goes to validate the scope. So suppose I have defined my scope, okay. So while monitoring and control during execution phase, okay, what we do during execution phase, we validate the scope, what we are working in the right direction to deliver the right scope which we planned. Correct? So that is a component of monitoring and control. So this is how this flow chart is very simple. You can understand this very well. And to support more on the system, I will conclude my session right now. Okay, but just to tell you guys that in the study material, just give me a second, please. In the study material now, you will see that Now this project integration, for example, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, correct? Now each knowledge area and each process group, so these are all the steps are already exploded here with 1 or 2 major bullets of the activities which has been done. So accordingly, you have for all 10, you are going to have for all 10 knowledge areas their interaction with their respective project progress, groups. Okay, so this is how, see how they interact with the group, process groups. Okay, so this is how it is there for each one. Okay, cost management, quality management, resource management, communication management, risk management, procurement management, okay, stakeholders management, correct? So these are all there which you can easily refer for your studies, okay, and you can easily go on that. Okay, with this I conclude our today's session, and thank you very much.